Good evening, boys and girls. Welcome to another rousing edition of Daddy and Kids Read. Tonight we read the popular Miss Nelson is Back by Harry Allred and James Marshall. We hope you enjoy this book, this presentation read by me, Daddy, and A and O. Those are their initials.
Miss Nelson is back.
What is that flag? That looks like Texas.
It does. Yeah, that actually does.
One Friday, Miss Nelson told her class that she was going to have her tonsils out. "I'll be away next week," she said, "and I expect you to behave." "Yes, Miss Nelson," said the kids in 207.
But at recess, it was another story. "Whoa," said the kids while Miss Nelson is away. "We can really act up." "Not so fast," said a big kid from 309. "Haven't you ever heard of Viola Swamp?" "Who?" said Miss Nelson's kids.
Okay, she's going to go for it.
"Oh, just bet."
Miss, read at the top.
"Oh, Miss Swamp is the meanest substitute in the whole world," said the big kid. "Nobody acts up when she's around." "Ooh," said Miss Nelson's kids. "She's real witch," said the big kid. "Ooh, oh," said Miss Nelson's kids. "I'll just bet you get the swamp," said the big kid.
On Monday morning, Miss Nelson's kids were all in their seats. They were very nervous. Some of them had not slept well all weekend. "If we get the swamp, I'll just die," said one kid. They heard footsteps in the hall. Uh-oh.
Slowly, the
Knob?
knob turned and the door opened. Dot, dot,
dot, dot, dot. Who's it going to be? Oh, my word. Who is it, eh?
It was Mr. Blansworth, the principal. "I shall personally take over this class," he said.
If only I could grow a mustache like Mr.
"No,
Blansworth.
you're not growing that."
That's a good-looking mustache.
His teeth look like mine. So scratchy.
Miss Nelson's kids were so relieved, but they soon learned that Mr. Blansworth was not a lot of fun. Oh, really? Hey, get that foot out of my camera shot, lady. All morning, Mr. Blansworth tried to amuse the class with his corny card tricks. "Oh, brother," said the class. That afternoon, Mr. Blansworth showed the class his favorite shadow pictures. "This is kid stuff," said the class.
The next day, Mr. Blansworth demonstrated his favorite bird calls. They were not a success. And for 2 days, Mr. Blansworth showed slides of his goldfish,
Lucille?
Well, okay, that's
Kind of weird.
Miss Nelson's kids had never been so bored.
Have you guys been bored in a class?
Yes, I have. Yes.
While dusting erasers in the schoolyard, 3 of the ringleaders of 207 discussed the situation. "Something will have to be done," they said. "We must get rid of Blansworth." And they hatched a plot. What does it mean to hatch a plot? They came up with an idea. After school, they painted and sewed and borrowed some old clothes. And they practiced some very difficult stunt work in the backyard. I wonder what they're going to do. The next day, they weren't in class. "That's too bad," said Mr. Blansworth. "They'll miss all the excitement." Mr. Blansworth was about to show the class his collection of ballpoint pens from all over the world when someone came to the door. Slowly,
the knob turned and the door opened.
Dot, dot. "Oh, look," said the class. "Miss Nelson is back." A tall and lumpy Miss Nelson tottered into the room. Mr. Blansworth was surprised. "You're back sooner than we expected," he said. The tall and lumpy Miss Nelson didn't speak. Said the kids. "Her throat must still be sore." "Are you sure you're well enough?" said Mr. Blansworth. "She's sure," said the kids. Well, in that case, said the principal, I'll be getting back to the office. Nice to have you back, Miss Nelson. And he left the room.
Hot dog! Cried the class. We got rid of Blandsworth. Now we can do just as we please. And at the stroke of 10, the kids from 207 left the building. No one stopped them.
They went straight to the movies, where they saw The Monster That Ate Chicago twice. This is really living, they said. Hey, Chicago, what do you say?
Well, after the war.
Afterward, they went to Lulu's. Who's Lulu?
My middle name.
Where they stuffed themselves silly. But soon they made a serious mistake. I wonder what that mistake is.
Heading back to school, they passed Miss Nelson's house. Miss Nelson couldn't believe her eyes. Those are my kids, she said in a scratchy voice. What are they doing out of school? And who is that with them? That's
You
her.
see, that's the real Miss Nelson. And look, that kind of looks like her. They did a pretty good job.
That's like the kids.
Miss Nelson telephoned Mr. Blandsworth to see what was going on.
You're not Miss Nelson, said Blandsworth. Miss Nelson is back.
And he hung up. Can't fool me, he said. Said Miss Nelson. Something will have to be done. And she went to her closet.
Period.
How's the soup doing there, McGillicuddy? Sorry for the interruption. Back to our book. Back in 207, Miss Nelson's kids were spending an agreeable afternoon.
They were very pleased with themselves. We should do this more often, they said. They did not notice the figure out and all. Slowly the knock turned and the door opened. Dot, dot, dot! That was me, by the way. No, that was it. Ava, that was me.
Oh. My name is Voila Swamp, said the lady in the scratchy voice. Yipes, cried the kids. The
You
swamp.
said yikes. It's yipes.
I said yipes.
No, you said yikes.
Well,
Silence.
rewind the video and you'll see. That's right, said Miss Swamp. And I'm here to whip this class back into shape. Get back to those desks.
Woo!
On the double.
The class did as it was told. The big kid from 309 was certainly right. Miss Swamp was a real witch.
I wonder what's going to happen. She knew how to get results. The class did a whole week's worth in no time. We shouldn't have gotten rid of that Blandsworth, they said. Pipe down, said the Swamp. Or ... Just then, something under the desk attracted her attention. It was a mask. Aha, said Miss Swamp. So that's your little game. And she tried on the mask. Just as Mr. Blandsworth stepped into the room. Miss Nelson, said Mr. Blandsworth, I'm of the opinion that someone has been impersonating you. Uh-oh, whispered the kids. You don't say, said Miss Swamp. Probably just some kids acting up. I'm sure it won't happen again. And Mr. Blandsworth left. And it won't, will it? Said Miss Swamp to the class. Because the swamp will be watching. Did we forget it? No, we didn't.
No, you didn't. You must be losing your marbles.
A minute later, Miss Nelson appeared. I'm back, she said. Hot dog, cried the kids. Hot dog, hot dog, hot diggity dog. Are we glad to see you? Didn't you have fun with Mr. Blandsworth? Asked Miss Nelson. Said the kids.
They decided not to mention Miss Viola Swamp. But they wondered why Miss Nelson hadn't seen her in the hall. Dun,
Hooray,
dun,
Miss
dun.
Nelson is back. All right, kids, what'd you think of that book?
Good, wasn't it, Daddy?
That was good.
Let's hear for Seattle.
All right, now let's.
What about Texas?
Okay, so let's do this.
This is Olivia Borton, live.
Livy. All right. Thanks for listening. This has been Daddy and Kids. Miss Nelson is back. Hit us up in the comments. Tell us where you're coming from. What's up, Lima, Peru? Who else is out there? Portland, Oregon? Oh, what? Rhode Island. Who else is out there?
Texas Roadhouse. What about Maya's house? What about Virginia? No, what about the twins' house? Abraham McCausland's.
All right. Thank you. Tune in for another exciting book. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.